with shops, galleries, and restaurants. Now right here in front of us is the Arneson River Theater. It's an outdoor theater that seats up to 800 people. It's named in honor of Edward P. Arneson, who was the chief engineer of the WPA. They do have shows here during the spring and summer nights. Matter of fact, there might be a show here tonight at 8:30. It's called Fiesta Noche de Rios. Anybody remember that movie, Miss Congeniality? Yeah, remember the part in the movie where she's on stage talking about world peace? So I'm right here on this stage. If you look right above the stage, you'll notice 5 bells. Those 5 bells represent the 5 missions that are along the San Antonio River. The bell in the middle represents the Alamo. The bell in the middle also has a name on it. It says Robert H.H. Hugman. It has his name on it because he is the father of the Riverwalk. He's the architect. He's the one who designed the footbridges, the sidewalks, the benches, the lampposts, pretty much everything we see around us. Now, would y'all like to know how the Riverwalk came to be?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you. Back in the 1900s, there was a series of floods. In 1921, there was a major flood. In September of 1921, the waters got as high as 8 feet above street level. Yeah, 8 feet above that bridge there. Well, the city of San Antonio proposed a flood bypass channel. After they started construction of the bypass channel, some prominent businessmen wanted to fill in the U-shaped portion of the river and pave it over with concrete. But the San Antonio Conservation Society, which was created in 1924 by Emily Edwards and Rena Maverick Green, these two ladies were strong proponents of preserving the natural beauty of the river. They teamed up with local civic groups and a young architect from the University of Texas named Robert H.H. Hugman. Robert Hugman began planning ways to preserve the distinct ambiance of the river in 1928. In 1929, he presented his plans to City Hall. At that time, Mayor Chambers actually endorsed the plans, but in 1929 is when the Great Depression hit, so they didn't have the money to build the Riverwalk. Until 1939, when the Works Project Administration came along, they started construction of the Riverwalk in 1939 and finished in 1941. The Works Project Administration was a program created by the government to create jobs and to ward off the effects of the Great Depression. And that's how the Riverwalk was born. Now, coming up to my right-hand side on this little island, you'll find an iron art sculpture called Father Massenet's Table. It was done by Rolando Briceño. It was placed here in 1991 to commemorate the first Catholic Mass held on the river on June 13th, 1691. This little island here is called Marriage Island. It is called Marriage Island because of the many weddings that take place here annually. It averages about 1 a day, and it's said to be good luck to get married here. Been married here 3 times. Now the part of the river we're going over is called Old Mills Crossing. It's called Old Mills Crossing because this was the location of Nat Lewis Mill. It's where locals would bring their grain to be ground, and they would cross here often because it was the lowest part of the river. This crossing was used quite frequently in the 1890s by Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. A lot of the Rough Riders were recruited right here in San Antonio at the Minger Hotel, right next to the Alamo. More specifically at the Minger Bar. Now if you look directly in front of us, you see that red building with the green top. That's the Bexar County Courthouse. Built in 1896. It's the oldest continuously functioning courthouse in Texas. The green roof was placed on the courthouse in 1996. It replaces a copper roof that used to be there. Now over here to my left-hand side is the Tower Life building. It was originally the Smith & Young building, built between 1927 and 1928. It's a neo-Gothic architecture. It's octagonally shaped high-rise. It was the tallest building west of the Mississippi until the 1950s. If you look above the first floor windows, you'll see some funny looking faces there. Everybody see the faces? Those are called grotesque. If you look on the very top of the building, on all the corners, you'll find some gargoyles. Well, rumor has it that the owners of the building were superstitious men, and they believed the gargoyles and grotesque would ward off bad business and keep away evil spirits. Unfortunately, in 1929, when the Great Depression hit, they went bankrupt. Yeah, it didn't work too well.
Go figure.
But the interesting thing is, the gargoyles on top of this building are working water spouts. When it rains, the water shoots out of their mouths and the gutter is down below. Now this building here to my right hand side is the Homewood Suites Hotel. This building was originally the San Antonio Drug Company from 1919 to 1963. Later became abandoned. In In 1995, Homewood Suites purchased the building, renovated it, and turned it into a hotel. It has 158 rooms and is a great example of taking a historic building and turning it into a hotel. Now, would y'all like to see something interesting?
Sure.
Yes, okay. No, not me. When we come out from underneath this bridge, I need everybody to look behind us at the Tower Lights building, and it will look like a big ship coming at us. Yes, a big ship right here on the Riverwalk. Look behind us. Yeah, interesting. Now over here to my right-hand side is the International Building. This here was originally the San Antonio Main Library until 1998 when it moved to its new location. It is now the International Trade Offices for NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico. But the more interesting thing about this building is in the basement, instead of finding old books, you'll find boats. That's right, this is the location of one of our marinas. It's where we park our boats at night during inclement weather. Now this marina was originally designed to hold 35 boats. We have 42. If you want to see a show, come watch us put 42 boats in here. Yeah. Now if you look to both sides of the river, you'll notice some steel plates on the walls. These steel plates is the location of floodgate number 4. It's part of our flood control system. Floodgate 4 comes up from the bottom. When it comes up from the bottom, the water level behind us stays the way it is now. The water level in front of us drops up to 20 feet. We're now entering the flood bypass channel. It is 20 feet deep. If you look 200 yards behind us, that's the location of floodgate 5. It goes all the way across the river and it's 25 feet tall. If you look down there, it looks like
So
the
here
river
we
just
can
drops
stand.
off. Yeah, it's a 25-foot drop. It's also the location of our other marina. It's where we usually park our boats. But when they